All right, everybody. Of course, it's Coach Ben Powell here. We have Coach Shawn White today. He's going to be talking to us a little bit about his story and where he's been, where he's at, and where he feels he's going. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about building relationships and friendships and all that good stuff, as we always do with all of our people. And I'll just get right into it. Shawn, take it away, buddy. What is what exactly is it you're doing these days, and what got you to where you're at?
First and foremost, as I mentioned to you, as far as in the green room, Coach Ben, this has been a long time coming. It's been an absolute, this is a blessing first and foremost. So I've been following you for quite some time. I love your work. I love your mission and your vision as well. And so, this is going to be very, very fun and such an honor. But to answer the question, so a little bit about me. So, for those that may not know me, my name is Shawn White, and I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. Okay, I've been there for about 26 years. In addition, I spent some time down in Miami, Florida as well for about 13 years. Still have family and good people there to this day. And I'm here in a small little town. You might have heard of it. It's called Atlanta, Georgia. Some of you guys, I'm pretty sure, have heard of it. Been here for about going on 6 years. A little bit more about me is that my story, it speaks of a multitude. It was a lot of different phases in which I was at. You're talking to a gentleman that, quite frankly, with my upbringing, I was given as far as the spirit of and the opportunity of really little to no hope, to tell you the truth, right? And going through that, I had to deal with bullying. I had to deal with low self-esteem. I had to deal with, self-limited beliefs. And quite frankly, by society's standards, I'm not even supposed to be here. So I have defied the odds. And by his grace and mercy, I am here. So because of the fact that I became an entrepreneur and I've been in this space now for about 10 years, my brand is called Transformation Greatness, which is all about motivating, encouraging, and inspiring the masses. And through that, I've been able to acquire the skill sets such as being a mindset and life coach, in addition, a podcaster, an inspirational speaker. In addition, as well, I'm currently a student and I'm finishing up my degree in hypnotherapy at the HMI Institute. And so I'm all about connecting. I'm all about helping an individual really get to that next level. How? By overcoming their self-limited beliefs and doubts. Because these are individuals, in which we're going to talk about this a bit more with the relationships of building, these are individuals that know that they have a voice, they have a message, but they feel like as far as no one can hear them, no one understands them, they feel like the underdog. So I'm here as the voice of hope and also to encourage them and inspire them to get after it. Why? Because now is the time. Back to you, Ben.
Yes, now is the time, Shawn. And I have seen a lot of your stuff out there. I've actually gone and searched for you in a few other places, and I've listened to some of your inspirational, just the stuff that you say to help people and to get them inspired and get them interested is just so fantastic. And so, where do you see yourself going in, say, another year or two, Shawn? Where are you taking this to?
That's a great question. As I mentioned, as far as that, I'm a speaker, coach, and also I'm studying to become a hypnotherapist. So within a year, brother Ben, my goal as far as on the speaking aspect is to become a paid speaker. And so whether it's virtually, whether it's, podcasts, whether in person, volunteering, schools, I just want to go ahead and get the message out there and just show people that it is possible, right? It doesn't matter as far as on where you came from, how you started. Your past is irrelevant at this point. It's all about with the gifts and talents that you have now, what are you doing with it in order to serve others? And so that's what I'm at in terms of the speaking. The coaching and the hypnotherapy aspect within a year, my goal is as far as to increase my clients, in which because I want to be able to take them on a deeper level in which I know, well, a lot of coaches from what I've seen is that they're able to help them somewhat at the surface level, and they have a structure in place, which is nothing wrong with that, which is totally great. I want to be able to take my clients on a much deeper level, because most of the issues or way of thinking, I guess, if you will, it all starts at the subconscious level. So if we can dive into the subconscious level and change certain patterns and habits and routines, thus the results that they're looking for will be so much more greater, because of that we're working through the subconscious, through the subconscious mind, excuse me. And so this year, 2022, is going to be a jump start into things really progressing in the near future, if that makes sense.
It sure does, Shawn. You're touching on something there about the subconscious and the subconscious level. It's something that I totally believe in and that I use pretty much on a daily basis, and it's pretty much got me to where I am today. Of not being able to get past limiting beliefs and not really realizing that what you say and the actions that you do are actually creating your tomorrow, and that you're able to, like, I remember I seen a thing where Jim Rohn was saying that you can take any 2 years at any point in your life, and you can take it for another 2 years and change absolutely everything in that 2 years. And I took that, when I heard that from him, I took that to heart, and I've done that, and I've actually done it a few times, and I'm probably going to have to do it again, just like yourself and like so many other people. But it's just so many people are having the problems with believing in themselves. They see other people doing stuff, and they say that, well, that person's done that. I can't do that. Well, I don't believe that. I believe anybody, like, I've read, call it my Bible, but Napoleon Hill says is that anybody can be, have, and do anything they want, and that is true. You just have to reach for it and just believe in yourself, get yourself a mentor, and start building. So what is it you feel is one of the best ways to build friendships and attract your it doesn't have to be your ideal customer, but just a customer in general?
Great question. I'm gonna go ahead and share a story, and hopefully this will resonate with someone. I like to tell the story a lot, Coach Ben, when I started doing Facebook Lives. I remember when I started, I was very apprehensive. My Facebook Lives in the very beginning were horrible, horrible. I was stuttering, I was fluttering, I was second guessing myself. I probably did about maybe 20 takes before I actually posted it live. And then when it went live, I was still stuttering and fumbling. And so there were a lot of doubts with that, right? A lot of doubts, obviously, in the very beginning. But I just kept going, right? I just had just faith, and I just said, you know what? Eventually, I'm going to get better at it, right? I'm either going to get better at it, or I'm just going to flop, period, right? And so a funny thing happened, Ben, is that as I continue to show up, right, and be consistent, a funny thing happened. One person started liking it, then another, then another, then another. And
Yeah.
I said, interesting. I think I'm on to something, right? And yet the self-limited beliefs used to kick in and say, well, who you think you are? You're not as articulate as Jim Rohn, or you don't have the connections like Les Brown, or you're not so thought-provoking like John C. Maxwell. But I just sat there and with those thoughts, and I said, wait a minute. Now, last time I checked, these individuals are human. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They put
Mhm.
their socks on one at a time. So if that's the
That's
case
right.
and they're human beings, right? If they can do it, I can do it. And so to answer your question, by just showing up and just being your true authentic self, right? Not trying to be someone else, not trying to be Coach Ben, not trying to be anyone else, but just being
Yeah.
yourself and giving
Just be
yourself
Coach Shawn.
grace. Yes.
Just
I'm sorry.
being Coach Shawn.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just being yourself, and understanding that there's room to grow. And so when you do that, Coach Ben, the right people are going to resonate with you. They're going to want to connect with you. They're going to establish some relationships. And then in turn, what you have to offer, guess what? If it's an alignment, keyword, if it's an alignment to what they're looking for or want to be a part of, then they will partake. But if not, it is okay. And so with that approach, I said, okay, cool. That's something I can definitely do. And it's in alignment of who I am because I don't believe in being pushy. I'm more of a connector, more of a nurturing person because I love people, right? So that's when you're building a business, you have to be your true authentic self. You try to be anyone else, it's not going to work. And people are going to see through that anyway, especially nowadays with technology and things like that. People are more consciously aware than ever before. So just truly be yourself and be consistent.
It's amazing. And are you frozen, Shawn? It looks like.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. It's amazing. You touched on another important thing there about. Oh, I've lost my train of thought. I'm not going to worry about it. But you're right. You know, you people just have to just be themselves and not continue to want to be somebody else. You can want to be whoever you want, and you can emulate them or whatever, but you still have to be yourself. You know, I remember like I was an early adopter of doing video. I've got videos on YouTube probably, I don't know, for 12 or 13 years ago or whatever. And I actually go back and I watch those, just like you were talking about. I would watch myself. I was sitting in a hotel room. I'm not saying they were bad or nothing, but I can see the difference of how nowadays I can speak so fluently, just keep on going, and you know, and I'm attracting the people that I want to attract, like you were talking about. I'm not in a rush. You know, so many people be in a rush today. You know, and when they connect with you on Messenger, you know, all they want to do, most people want to do is they want to sell you right off the bat. And one of the first things when people do that to me, I'll ask them, I said, you know, do I know, like, and trust you? You know, are we
Bingo.
friends? And
Bingo.
um, I'm not against them connecting with me by no means. I connect with a lot of strangers myself. But like I was telling somebody just yesterday, you know, you get tired of the people that all they do is say, hello, where do you live? What do you do for work? How is the family? Uh, why is that anything? That's not building a friendship. You know, like I don't know. I have my own style and how I talk to people, but I tell you right now, I cannot remember the last time I sent a message saying, "Hi, how are you?" But most of the people that I actually connect with, Shawn, I will pre-qualify. I I will, you know, I go to the suggestion box and I see all these people, but I don't just go invite, 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 invite. What I do is I take out a piece of paper and I'll write down a number of people that I think that I would like to connect with, and I go to their pages and I see what are they posting. You know, are they posting any value? And is it going to be something that I'm going to want to post on? And that weeds out the Bitcoiners, most of them anyway. It gets rid of all the people that all they're doing is uh, puking on you. You know, like and that's might be seem like a weird phrase, but they're just throwing up on you their opportunities. And the thing is, Shawn, 97% stats say I'm only thinking what the stats say. They say 97% of the people out there are making $100 a month or less in their network marketing businesses. But they're coming across to me and you and many others as professionals, people that have been into it for a long time, people that are making all this money. But that leads back to what you said. They're not being their authentic selves. So, like, I don't know, Shawn, you know, like, I don't know how to get across to these people sometimes because, you know, because I'd be blunt, you know, if I can't help them, I always my friend there, Robert Hollis. I don't know if you know who he is or not,
I do.
but the $1 million question is, if you're not interested, you can't help me. Do you know somebody that would be interested and that I can help? And that is one of the best questions I ever learned to use because it has led me to so many people. And I know it can lead me to many, many more over the course of time. But just going to end it up here pretty quick, Shawn. We're at 15 and a half minutes. I just want to give a big shout out to you and for coming on to the show. And for anybody that's going to catch the show, remember to hashtag live or hashtag replay it. And we'd like to know where you're calling in from. I know that Shawn's in the Atlantic, Georgia area. I'm from the geographical center of British Columbia in Canada. I wish it wasn't snowing here like it is today again. But today we ain't got crappy signal. We got you on, Shawn, so I really appreciate you, my friend.
Absolutely.
Do you have any last words for the community, sir?
Absolutely. I would say the power of connection is so critical. Before you even approach someone, and you made some great points as far as on how to connect with someone, I want you to keep this in mind. This should help someone. Remember, social media, the whole goal of it is to be social. Remember, the person that you're connecting with on the other line, they are a human being. They're going through this thing that we all call life. Get to know the person first. See if they'll be a great person to be a friend, right, before they become a consumer. When you make it your business to want to connect with the person, not as far as with the business side, you will be surprised on how willing and how open people would be to take a look as far as what you have going on. Or if they're not interested, like what Coach Ben said, you know what? This is not ideal for me, but I do know someone that it can benefit. You would literally be surprised and shocked on how effective that is. But you have to be authentic and you have to be true. If you have that mentality of, oh, I don't care about that, I just want to get sales, 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 then you won't last in this industry.
No,
I'm sorry.
you're right. You're right. So many people, like for instance, today, I run software to check my friends and all that stuff, like a lot of people do out there. And it's amazing who you see who's there. Like a friend of mine, he was doing lives and stuff for a long time. His name was Donovan, and he was doing them all the time for a long time. But then all of a sudden, gone. Gone. No post, no nothing since November. Several other people. And I've tried to contact with them and see, they're just off of Facebook or whatever for whatever reason. But that just shows, like I was talking about the other day, another story about friends and planting that I learned from Robert Hollis again was as he talks about the farmer and planting seeds and the harvest. They're not going to come in the same season.
That's right.
And we have to continue to just continue planting those seeds and planting those seeds and planting those seeds. And even when you start to see a few things sprouting and maturing and you've got yourself a few clients and you're making a little bit of money, you still got to be doing the basics and planting them seeds. And it's just so important, man, And
that's right.
I was just going to say thank you very much for anybody that's tuned in and stuck with us this long, as I know that is very important to just get out there and do what we can to help each other. And I really appreciate you, Shawn, and thank you very much for coming on. And we're just going to end it up here in a couple of seconds.
Appreciate it.